Regardless of what type of hearing aid you have, one that fits in your ear, one that fits over your ear, moisture can be an issue with all hearing aids. The ear is a humid spot, and often when we're outside on a humid day, we can have sweat that runs down behind our ears and can make the hearing aids get wet. And so sometimes it's important to keep them dry. And if you live in an environment that is quite humid or you tend to sweat a lot, then this can be a valuable tool to use. We call it a dry aid kit, and this is called mini dry aid on this one. They come in different styles, but most they're going to look something like this. This unscrews, and there's a little foam piece in here that's just meant to protect the hearing aid. And then in this particular one, the drying compound is encased in this little metal container. There's a little window at the top, and if you look through the window, you can see the color in there is a deep, dark purple color. That's the color that it should be. That material inside the metal canister is a drying compound, so it fits in the jar like this. The foam piece is on top. And so what you would do if you'd been out on a humid day or the hearing aid got moist in some way would be to put the hearing aid in here overnight, screw the lid on, let it sit there overnight. In the morning, take it back out, and it's all ready to go. Nothing more than that. With one important thing to remember, and you'll notice that I had no battery in here, and if you look on the lid, it says, important, always remove the battery. It's important to take the battery out when you put the hearing aids in here. If you forget, it won't damage your hearing aid in any way, but it will shorten the battery life. So it's important to get the normal battery life to make sure that you take the batteries out when you put your hearing aid in overnight. The thing to watch for is eventually that material will become saturated with moisture, and when that happens, it will no longer function. So if you look in through that little window, and it's changed from that deep purple that we're seeing now to a light mauvey pink color, that means that it is no longer functioning. It's saturated with moisture and it won't absorb anymore. When that happens, pull it apart, take the little metal canister out, and with this particular style of one, you need to put this in the oven, and the instructions are written on it, but you put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about half an hour, sort of like baking a pie. That will dry it out. The color will turn back to the deep purple color. Let it cool down for a few minutes, put it back together again, and it's all set to go. On some other models of these, the drying material is not encased in a canister, it's just in the bottom of the jar covered by the foam piece. With those ones, they can be dried in the microwave, and again the instructions will be on there, but you can just pour them out into a dish, put them in the microwave for the time that they suggest on the package, dry them, let them cool down, put them back in the jar, and they're all ready to go. So the nice thing about these is that it's reusable. You don't have to buy one frequently. They should last for several years before the material loses its ability to absorb moisture.